basically
Right.
the where you are right now. But that's
Right.
for some maybe
Okay. Another
after
talk. We talk
Boston.
about that. Okay.
After
Okay.
Boston. That's
Okay.
better.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. All right. So I see Marissa, hello. We said already hello. Hello. Oh, Miss Letcherry, hello. Hi. I
Hey,
think
how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. How are you?
Good.
You are from the 5 a.m. group, right?
Yes,
Yes, yes, that's cool. That's cool.
yeah.
You are here in, hello, Stephanie. Hello. That's it. Stephanie, for you, is it early, really early morning already, or what time is
No,
it?
it's midnight.
It's midnight. All right, so we have to hurry. All right. Yes. So, all right, it's 9 a.m. in New York. Here it's in Europe, it's 3 p.m. You're Stephanie, you're midnight. And where are you from, Kelly?
I'm in North Carolina, so 9 a.m. for me too.
That's easy. That's easy.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start. I think I have a list of people who probably will hop on the session. What I wanted to do today is we talk about fasting, talking about particular way of fasting we do in the 9 Mile Marathon training program. I know that, for instance, Stephanie and Marissa are already a bit familiar with fasting. So let me just quickly give you a little presentation I prepared, and then we get into the fast. And then, of course, there's plenty of time for answering any kind of questions you have. I scheduled like half an hour. Is that okay with you guys? Yeah? All right. So
Yes, sir.
I try to really wrap it into a kind of that 30 minutes. I also put the recording on because I want for others who cannot attend this meeting to be able to watch the video. I hope you're okay with it. I'm only going to use it for the school purposes. So, all right, let's quickly start. I'm going to share my screen with you. Where's the share button? Oh, there it is. All right. Do you see my screen now? Yes?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, quickly, I just do it a quick introduction. Well, we talk quickly about 9 Mile Marathon training system. You are familiar with some of you. Quickly about Marlies and me. Then a quick word about the 9 Mile Marathon training system, and then we get into the fasting. And I need to introduce a little bit the 9 Mile Marathon system because fasting and the metabolism and everything is already part of the training system we use in a 9 Mile Marathon. So that's why I want to do this quick introduction, and then some practical things about how we will do it and how we will communicate throughout the fast. Well, Marlies and I, some of you know us. We are the founders. It's already, can you imagine, in 2015 when we started. We both have a completely different backgrounds. I'm a Master of Science in a tech university in the Netherlands. I did the postgraduate mastery, can you imagine, on human interaction and design. So that's quite a bit different. But I have also been doing sports, Ironmans, long distances, marathons my whole life. And Marlies, by profession, an interior architect and design. But Marlies, as you all know, she has this kind of incredible performance abilities as an age grouper. So she won the World Championship Ironman 70.3. She has this, I mean, amazing personal best of 2 hours 47 on the marathon in Berlin. She won the age group a non-professional New York Marathon actually a couple of years ago. So she started just behind the pros. Not me, I'm just a 4 hour marathoner, but I was way back, but she was there standing behind the professionals and she won she was the first lady overall as non-professional, and she did Boston, Rome, etc., etc. So since 2018, we are actually 100% dedicated to the NAMO Marathon, coaching students, developing the system. If you have any questions in between, please feel free to ask. Well, the core of the NAMO Marathon training system is how we train ourselves in the past, and we met other trainers who were not kind of the traditional trainers, searching for different ways, improved ways, more efficient ways. And the system, the core of the system is it's based on training fewer miles. So we are not believers at all in endless long and slow training runs. Of course, we are not training elite professionals, but from Marlies level up to us 4 hours, 5 hours marathoners, this system works wonders for everybody we have trained so far. Yeah, we are on school. That's a bit new. We did that in the past, but now we are back last year, and we love it. It's a great environment. It's free. It's a community-based system. So like for you, Kelly, of course, you are invited to also become a member of our school. We have around 500 members, I believe. We are very strict in access. We only want real runners, real people who, I mean, really into running and fitness and improving themselves. So we are not kind of just a chat room for people. Then the book we wrote about also like 7-8 years ago. That's where it all started with. I think you, Rolls, and you know the book, but it's a long time ago already. By now we have 13,000. Can you imagine downloads of the book? It's also available free on school. So if you go to our school, as with the training and the programs and everything, you can find it there. Yeah, what we do too is like with Marissa, who is here on the call, and Stephanie, we do online one-on-one training sessions, programs. We help basically our students, runners, with individual goals, sometimes very specific goals, and then help with fully personalized schedules. And that applies both athletic and metabolic. And that's why we're here today with the fasting, because the fasting and the different approach to nutrition is definitely a part of our program, of the regular 9-mile program. Well, our goal with the program in general, and the focus we have, is to get fitter and stronger all the way through the program. So with regular programs, you're more like exhausting yourself and tapering and going up and down. We want to get fitter and stronger all the way through the program. No setbacks and everything. We're not tired, no accumulated fatigue. We want to help you boost your metabolic performance. That's not dieting, because by no means we are dieting, but we help you with nutritional approaches to improve your running and your overall fitness and energy. And then what we learned years ago already is the concept of autophagy, which relates to your metabolism, improving your metabolism. I'm going to tell a little bit about that. Yes, and the final thing that's important, that the goal is always, after we do projects with our students, that the students are able to maintain the same habits and really understand why we are training this way, why it works. So we do a lot of schooling at the same time. All right. So the fewer miles based training and the fasting and the metabolism and the nutrition and the changes, how are they linked together? Well, first of all, we're not doing those long and slow training runs. We see for age groupers, like all of us with heavy jobs, families, social lives, work, there is no benefit in doing these long and slow runs. Frankly, there's really no benefit. And we do it through helping you finding your, what we call MHR, your heart rate sweet spot, that we can help you find with a test, basically for any distance. So if you're doing 5K park runs or 10Ks or half or full marathons, what you do, Ross, like Boston, then there is always this particular heart rate sweet spot that we help you. That's different from the zones. the Z2, Z3, etc. Because the sweet spot is really precise. It is really plus or minus 2 or 3 heartbeats. We want you to learn how to run on that particular heart rate and feel it. And that if you go quicker, you already notice by everything without even looking at your watch. So again, the focus of the whole program is getting fitter and stronger, and of course, faster throughout the entire program, becoming more efficient in your running. Then we have the concept of those of you who work with us, ESS, the energy supply switch. And that is help you make the change from being sugar addicted to fat adapted. And that relates to autophagy, the process of that the body starts really renewing itself, cleaning up, the big cleanup. Autophagy is a concept, I think that there was a Nobel Prize already in 2015 on autophagy, and nobody knows, which is so weird, because it's basically very easy and simple to achieve. And we do that through basically through a lower carb. We are not ketone addicts, but we do it through a lower carb diet. You don't need to limit the calories, and we are measuring, and we're looking at the glucose and the ketones. So with the people in our program, like Marissa and Stephanie, we're actually measuring glucose and ketones throughout the whole process, so that you can see when you feel different and when you feel better, what actually happens with your glucose and ketones numbers. And that's very helpful. I mean, we're just not guessing, we're seeing it. And then in the end, losing a bit of weight is maybe a nice benefit, but it's not really our focus, because we want to also stay strong and add muscle mass. So if you lose a bit of weight, then of course it's helpful, but we do it. We never go after it at the cost of muscle mass and strength. Yeah, I see you, Ross. You fully agree with that as a fitness teacher. By the way, if you, I can imagine, Kelly, if you want to know more, I think I have a link to a one-on-one call if you want to know more about everything. I just had in advance of our group call also someone of the 5 a.m. And then I can tell you more specific for your situation. It's already in the chat in the Zoom call right now, but also you find the link to schedule a call with me also in school. So if you're just in school, if I give you access, then you can find it.
Hi, Miss Diana. My name is Marisa. Can you sit over here?
All right. So let's get now into the fasting.
What happened, Miss Diana?
Well,
arthritis really bad in my hands and my feet.
Marissa,
So
I'm going to mute you. Right. Sorry, Marissa. I know Marissa is at work. That's okay. All right. So the fast we're going to do, and if you want to join me, why basically do we fast? It basically helps with what the other system we have in the 9 mile, the ESS, the energy supply switch. What we want to achieve as runners, and of course the best runners and the ultra runners you find on the planet they are totally fat adapted, which means that your body is used to generating energy from fats, and on a higher rate than you would do if you would keep on really eating and basing your basic meal on carbs. And fasting becomes also easier with a low carbs, high fat diet. Of course, the proteins need always to be there. We hold as a reference around 1 gram of proteins per pound of body weight. So then you're already in the good range. Around that, you need the required fats, the good fats, and then the carbs are just a small part of your whole diet. We tend to stay below 100 grams. You don't need to be really ketonic. Like ketone people are 20 grams or almost nothing. That's not required to achieve what we want, but it has to be low. By the way, there has been, I'm going to grab it quickly. About the books, there has been a New York doctor, by the way. She's called Catherine Shanahan. Maybe you know the book. It's called Dark Calories. It fully explains in depth. It's not just a quick reader, but it for non kind of people who don't have a medical background, you can understand everything. She totally explains why some fats are good, why some fats are bad, how it relates with inflammation, how it relates with all kind of blood things like fats, like cholesterol and everything. It's not an easy read, but it's a great read. So if you're interested, please, it's Dr. Catherine Shanahan. I think it was written, it's now 2 years ago, but it had a big impact on everybody who is involved with longevity, healthcare, and everything. So, so for us, for runners, we basically want to burn fats at a higher rate. And then you have here, you see this little diagram. So basically normal runners and normal people have an ability to burn fats on, let's say, a wake flame. It's just a very small part of your total energy requirement is coming from fat, your fat metabolizing ability. So then the biggest part has to come from the red part here, has to come from carbs. And of course, we all know the amount of carbs you have stored in your body, in your liver mainly, it's enough for 2.5 hours. So you have you supplement during the run if you're carbs dependent, and that's why you need all the gels. On the opposite, if you up your ability to metabolize fats, and that's what you do with fasting and with intermittent fasting and eating low carbs, you simply get a larger amount of energy during the day while you're running from fats on a higher rate. So just give you I can give you an example. I'm doing CrossFit, I'm doing intensive interval trainings, everything on low carbs. And even when I'm fasted. And that's just because your body is so well trained to get energy on a way higher level from fats, from your fat metabolizing ability. And now here's the trick. The body is more efficient and quicker on burning sugar than burning fats. So it requires a bit more for the body to metabolize fats. So as soon as you give yourself an amount of carbs, in general, sugars, then your body will start using them and then storing the fats and storing the sugars that are not used for energy. So that's basically the setback of being so sugar dependent. And frankly, that is how the whole society is today is organized, because everything is sugar based. If you walk through the stores and everything, all you see is sugar, sugar, sugar. It's everywhere around you. Only the kind of specific departments of the grocery stores don't have it. But yeah, that's the difficulty for us in the society we live in. All right. So yeah, this is the essence of what we do with the running, the training, autophagy based. So because through fasting, through running in general, the body starts renewing itself. The body starts regenerating itself on a molecular level, on a cellular level, by the way, which is greatly published already when the Nobel Prize was given to the founder. I mean, not the founder, but the inventor of autophagy. And that's simply what we basically use and copy. So now the fast itself. We have, I mean, there are many, many different types of fasting. What I personally do, Marlies and I do, and our students do, is on a very, very regular basis do intermittent fasting. Actually, I always do it. every day I'm not having any breakfast, and I start having a lunch by noon or 1 o'clock. Like now, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I just had something to eat, a bit low carb, and I'm feeling perfectly all right. And I did a training this morning. It's so you can really reset your metabolism to allow you to do this. Then what we are now talking about is the 42-hour fast. I will explain you the structure on the next slide. And the 42-hour fast is a very, very nice way of really getting into fasting, experiencing fasting without any risk. All the research and all the doctors who are, medical doctors, the 42-hour fast is not, it will by no means metabolize protein, so it will not eat up your muscle. What many people will say, hey, it's bad for sports people to fast, but if you stay within the range of 3 days of fasting, there's no risk at all that you do that. So the protein, the metabolizing proteins, the synthesis of proteins will not happen on a 42-hour fast, which is one of the reasons why Marlies and I promote this type of fast, because we have to do everything online with our students. We are not with them, so it has to be safe. So the 42-hour fast is really safe. We have one alternative that we also do with our students. Actually, right now, we have students who are doing that. That's what we call the 3-day sardines or the tuna challenge. It's not a real fast. It's more like you really drastically change your nutritional pattern, and for 3 days you're only eating sardines, fatty sardines in olive oil, or tuna with real butter or olive oil. And then a bit, we'll talk about that, Kelly, later. But then the same happens. Basically, the same happens because you're totally resetting for 3 days. The fun thing about this fast is that our students can have as many sardines as they like, but after 2 days, they even hardly eat 2 cans of sardines, and that's it. And then the third day you say, hey, maybe 1 sardine, or that's already enough. And then we break the fast. So, but that's fun. But today we focus at a real fast. I mean, that's zero food for 42 hours. And with our premium students, we do that every other week. So you're not only one. If you try it, it's a whole system. And also not doing it every week, every other week, makes you already, I mean, big changes are happening if you do it. Let me show you why. The time format is basically you have your regular last dinner. Let's say if we would do it today, you would have your last regular dinner today. Then tomorrow, the full day, you're not eating anything, real fasting. And on the day after tomorrow, you will break the fast at lunchtime. And then if you add up, that's around between 40 and 44 hours or something like that, depending on when you eat. So I'm not saying you have to, we talk about that, how you can implement, but if you would start today, you have your regular dinner today, then the whole next day you're fasting. Then the day after tomorrow, you will break your fast by lunchtime. So you're not having breakfast, not anything. What you can get is water, tea, black coffee. And we have a little trick that we teach our students, which what we call a spicy shot, which is a little glass of water. And you can put any spices or any herbs and in it, what you like. And that's very nice. If you're fasting and you have every now and then you can take a little shot, a spicy shot, that really is very nice if you do it. Then on the second day, by lunchtime, when you're breaking the fast, you should not overeat. For those who never did a fast, you will think that you will want to eat like crazy, but in fact you won't, but also you should not. And the best meal you can have then, the lunch, is without carbs. So not a bread lunch, not a I mean, regular, whatever pizza or something like that. Better have a lunch that is already like fresh things like maybe chicken, a bit of lettuce, things like that. One thing is if you have any illness, recovery from an illness or any disease like diabetes or anything, we always really want you to consult your doctor before you start any fast. That's because we are not doctors, so we cannot judge, and we always leave the kind of the decision to the professionals. So if you're in doubt, please consult a medical doctor. Modern medical doctors will not be afraid of fasting, but still do, because you will get a medical opinion. Now, here's the thing. If you are fasting, so the first day of the full fast, and also the second morning of your fast, you can do any training. That's partly answer to your questions, Ross. You can do any training, anything you are used to, work, social activity, regular trainings. I do my regular trainings just when I'm fasted. That's all okay. The difference is you should not do real intensive training. So a real high intensity strength training, I wouldn't do it. A real intensive interval training with flat out 6 times 600 meters, something like that. That's not the thing you should do when you're in your basically second day of your fast. And the other thing is when you're in a kind of demanding social situations, or there's stress, or there's a very, very hectic or busy time, or you're moving houses or places or whatever, then that's the same reason for not doing a fast, because in the end, the fast is asking something from your body and your mind. So it's also asking for energy. So when you're already on the limit of what you can do and you're very demanding time, then better not do fast, but just have a regular good meal every day. So I'm going to close this, and then we can talk a little bit about finding a 42-hour time frame, maybe this week or maybe next week, and that we can do it actually, and I can help you with it. Oh, by the way, I'm going to share it on, of course, on the 9 Mile Marathon. So I'm going to post a new article, and then I think I will do the same, Kelly, on 5 a.m. So that, because I already introduced it there, so I will just open a new post and invite everybody to share their experiences, and then I can also help in the comments with advice and everything.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely. Yes, please.
My question is, when you say the second day, not intensity, so if I was to do an easy run on the second day, that would be fine?
Yes.
Okay, an easy run or something on the treadmill, that would be fine the second day. Just don't do like a interval training or something like that. Okay.
Right. And with easy run, I would say even the MHR runs we do. So because we are in a 9 Mile Marathon system, we're not doing really slow runs, but always if you run exactly on your heart rate required for the distance you're training for, but that's what you can do perfectly. I mean, perfectly. And also, Ross, the traditional strength training, so not the high intensity strength training like in CrossFit or, but if you do regular strength training with easy pushes, like 12 repetitions, 3 sets, that's what you can do too.
Okay.
But while you're doing like a spinning lesson and followed by a body pump lesson, and you go flat out with all the students you have, that's something I would be careful with.
Oh, okay. Okay, even if that's something the body already does it really matter? I mean, it's what I do. It's what I do. So it's nothing like it's extra.
Yeah, for you, it's what you do, and probably because of the amount of trainings you give, you already found a kind of balance that you can.
Plateau. I'm like plateau.
You're plateauing, which is a good. In this sense, it is a good thing.
Okay.
Right. But you definitely have to hold back. But like if you're giving spinning lessons, of course you can hold back a little bit if you do the trainings for the group.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I just want to give you, I tried the night, I do a run walk. I've always done a run walk, but I've never been able to hold a time, a long period of time. But I did the 90 seconds run, 90 seconds walk. I did that for 7 miles and I felt amazing. I didn't look at my watch. Just running at trying to keep the heart rate. It was really good. So I'm going back out today. My warm up, I'm gonna do that, but I'm doing some 800s. But
All
that
right.
worked really well.
Yeah, there are different formats for doing run walk the 9 Mile way, and we have that all. You
I
can
like
find
it.
that in school.
I
Yeah.
like it. I like
Okay.
it.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's a great system for, I mean, for surviving any distance, basically. All right. Yes, please, Kelly. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so. So I mean, it just sounds like we're not eating, I mean, no, zero food during that time. I mean, is that enough to kick a sugar habit?
You mean right away?
A
Well,
sugar addiction, yeah.
well,
Because 42 hours doesn't actually seem like a long time to fast.
yeah, it's the more you're dependent on sugar, so the more you have the cravings throughout the
Right.
day, every 2 hours that you need a snack, uh, the the more effect the 42-hour fast will have on your basically on your whole system. It could be a little bit too much, but you can try. But you can also start with just intermittent fasting. So kind of skipping your breakfast and the regular routine of waking up, eating, giving yourself the sugars, and then going into the insulin sugar kind of cycle during the day. But if you're strong-minded, I mean, it's definitely something you can do.
Oh
And
yeah, I'm definitely gonna try it. I'm just trying to break a sugar addiction that I have right now. So
and which is very good, and running helps with it too. I mean, that's the good thing about what you're doing. But you will see that what we see with the students, and we are measuring that the fast over time gets easier and the numbers get better. So
okay.
basically you need to give your body the time to adapt and react actually to basically the stress you're providing through the fast, because the body will kind of say, hey, what's happening here? It's mainly the liver, because most of your sugar is stored in the liver. It's not in the blood, it's not in the muscles, it's really in your liver. And when the liver is used, really it's a habit for the liver to kind of release sugars as quickly as, I mean, there is a little low on sugars, and that will happen with you. So your liver will release lots of sugars in the beginning. So in fact, you will not need carbs because you give the liver the possibility to release the sugars that are stored, and that will get better and better over time.
Okay. Okay. And so we're wanting to do this every other week. This
You can
40-hour fast.
That's what we advise to our students, to do it the safe way. Of course, there are way more radical ways, but then I would rather be kind of with you so that that we can have a more direct contact. But we do it everything online, and yeah, then I think the good base approach would be every other week. That's basically, we have good experiences with all our students to do it every other week. And then the good thing is, Kelly, that you can find, because some weeks are a bit more heavier, your schedule, your base schedule with whatever you do, your work and your trainings, and some then maybe the next week is a bit lighter, and then that's perfect for adding the fast, the 42-hour fast in.
Do you typically have like a rule of thumb as far as, so like I have a 10K coming up, a 10K race coming up this Saturday. So should I maybe not do it before that, or does it matter?
It matters.
Okay,
I definitely would do it afterwards.
after, okay.
And I mean, then we have double effect, because the 10K also demands something of you.
Mhm.
But then you recover normal, you eat normal, and then let's say on Tuesday you start with the fast. That's a very good sequence.
Okay. All right.
Kelly, I'm a long distance runner, and I find that people would say you have to eat before, but I cannot take in any food or anything before I run. I have to go out empty, and the body feels, but even I don't really, it's not until I get to like the half. I can't take in all those gels. They tear my belly up. It's just crazy. So, I learned that as a triathlete. I can't even do the oranges and bananas as they have it down the course. The sugar, I don't take any of that in because it tears my belly up. So you'll be fine once your body adjusts.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I use the gels in my my longer runs. I'm training for my first marathon right now, which is
Nice.
in April.
Which one?
It's the Coast Guard marathon.
Mm.
Okay.
So it's a
I've run in all 50 states. I've run 65. Boston will be my 65th marathon.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
That's
Coast
awesome.
Guard, yeah, you'll be fine. This is a great group too. They are on the science of running, and that's what makes a big difference. That's why I stick with them. Is understanding the science of running because everybody's body's different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it may be well, Kelly, to kind of gently get into this, even if you're training for the marathon. Because, in fact, if you run a marathon, everything happens in a very short period of time. It's the same that's happening because you are depleted, you run out of gas, and then what? Then the body needs to react. And instead of giving yourself gels and carbs, you're asking the body, hey, help me. And then you basically reignite the systems that your body have to help you, that your body has to help you. And because of the pattern we are in, right, these days in our society, you never give your body the ability, the time to kind of help you, because you always feed yourself quickly with a slice of bread and anything. So basically, you're ignoring the potential that's there. And definitely, if you have 2 more months, if you do it and you start being more aware of what you eat and everything, just forget the carb loading. I mean, story, the narrative. It's the carb loading is of course for top.
That's a money maker. I'm telling you,
yeah.
It's a money maker. I'm gonna just say it. It's a money maker. It's you will that will ruin your whole marathon. I promise you. You just go there for the socializations? You want to spend the $30 to meet some people, but you don't go there to eat that food like that.
Yeah, that's true. And there's one more thing. If you are fat adapted, and that's not what we invented, what we also learned, Marlies and I, like years ago. If you are very low on energy on any event, if you do Ironmans, it takes you 12, 13 hours, or for Marlies, 10 hours, but still it's a long time. Then if you're fat adapted and you give yourself a bit of carbs, or not really gels, but a bit of something to eat, it doesn't switch off totally your fat burning ability. So it's more like a boost. And we say it's like, EPO and the kind of thing that was 20 years ago when all the athletes took EPO to kind of increase their power. Then if you're fat adapted and you bring 1 or 2 bars just in case and you take them, it feels like a booster. And that's the nice thing of it, you know, it's additional to your existing energy supply. And so that the only time we take bars is during long events. I never do it in advance of the event. So never take carbs and load yourself up an hour with carbs before the event, because that switches off your fat metabolism totally. So that's a killer. But if you get into it, and you will, Kelly, that you start running, and maybe you do 1 or 2 training half marathons in advance of the marathon, and you will see exactly what Ross says. You will be able to run a half marathon easy without any food. I mean, easy. 2.5 hours, 2 hours. It's easy, and that's so good. That's so kind of confirming and gives you so much confidence if you do, because you're not dependent anymore. And basically, that's what you train yourself with the 42-hour fast. That you think, hey, I'm still thinking, I'm still living, everything is going on, and I actually feel good, and I'm not eating.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to it then.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So we'll stay in touch, and
Yeah, sure.
I will post. And if you put little comments about what you're doing, when are you starting, and your questions, maybe uncertainties, things, please share it. Stephanie, are you still there, or are you asleep?
Yeah, I switched the microphone off in case I fall asleep.
Yeah, that's no problem. Can you share any of I mean, the low carbs or the nutritional things of the fasting for maybe for Kelly, for her knowledge, for her experience?
What do you mean exactly?
Well, if maybe you can share a little bit about your nutrition, your experiences so far.
Okay, so the way I eat is called paleo. So I eat any meat or fish, vegetables, either olive oil or animal fat. And I have a little bit of dairy and fruit. You said nighttime. I have it during the day too, but I might start having it maybe as a dessert with the yogurt at nighttime. And I do that for health reasons. It fits accidentally also with the 9 mile program. And the fasting I've done is years ago, and it was a 5-day fast. It was a detox fast.
Right. Yeah, right.
So I don't eat any grains, and fruit is the only sugar that I eat. So I don't eat any isolated sugar.
Right. And you also had an opinion about what you told me in our last call about the seed oils and the.
I don't eat any seed oils. I don't even have any seed oils in the house. So when I cook everything either in olive oil or in animal fat. So either butter or tallow or something like that.
Right. Yeah, and that's also because the seed oils are related to an inflammation.
Yes, it's an anti-inflammation diet. Yeah.
Right. And so when you're a bit sensitive in your joints and everywhere, you know, when you have maybe little pains or stiffnesses, that can be caused by inflammation in the joint. So therefore, this whole approach is and that's science-based. It's really anti-inflammatory.
Yes, it makes a huge difference for me. Yeah.
Stephanie, question for you.
Yes.
You said seed oil, so not even sesame seed oil, or when you say seed oil, I'm trying, because I do sesame seed, and I'm just worrying about inflammation when you say seed. I didn't know what that was.
I think the most common one is probably the sunflower seed oil or the
Rape
what's
oil.
the other one called? I haven't had it in a long time, so I even forgot names. But I have literally only avocado oil in my house and butter and tallow, and I just don't use any other one. I have the habit that I actually like my salads plain anyway, so um, so I don't use any oil for the dressing there. And I cook, like I said, mainly with animal fat or with olive oil. I do have seeds though. I eat seeds. So I have a baker bread that's made only with seeds and nuts. Very, very filling. And I have them occasionally as snack too. And I love to put, for example, roasted coconut flakes on my yogurts.
Yes, maybe I can add,
Thank you.
Stephanie. Yes, thank you. And Ross, the seeds are not the problem. So the nuts and the seeds are not the problem. The problem is the process. So the seed oils are, and that's what explained in this book. The process of making sunflower oil and all that kind of things is it. I mean, if you read it, it is horrible. I mean, that's the difficulty, and that's causing the inflammation. So it's not the seeds itself; it is the process. It's a very extremely chemical, oxidizing kind of process that is really bad. And this doctor puts that all the visceral fats and all the kind of things that happening in our society is caused by this basically this tsunami of this kind of fats that are distributed everywhere, and they are in all processed foods. Because if you any pizza, any recipe you find in the box, the first thing you read is sunflower oil or rapeseed oil or that kind of things. All right. Any further questions? Hey, Ken. All right. Well, we are approaching the end. I promised you it would be like half an hour. I'm sorry, it's a bit longer. Are there any more questions about how we will proceed with the 42-hour fast?
This was helpful. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're really more than welcome. Well then, if you you can all join the 9 Mile school. Please stay in the 5 a.m. because that's, if you're from the 5 a.m. club, that's a great club. And it's just that we have a real training system, school community, and you can find, and you also for you, Kelly, you can grab all the stuff there. You can download the book. You can find the link to book a call with me in person. Please do, because if you have more questions, and I think you have, then we can sit and really address everything a bit more personal, so that you know a little bit more for your situation and everything. I will also explain a little bit about the little device you can buy. They're not expensive by no means. I think they're $60 or so. These modern devices where you can, with a little prick, measure your glucose and the ketones, and then I have a format for then making a nice graph over time that you can see how everything develops depending on what you do, what you eat, how you train, which is the measurable aspect, what I really, really like very much, because then you know what's happening, and you can also relate feeling fatigued or whatever to these numbers. Okay. So yeah, I made a recording, Ken. I am making a recording of this whole call, so I think I will put it also, for sure I will put it on our school, and I may place it on 5 a.m. I have to ask Callie, the admin there, if she agrees with that. But then of course you can see and watch. So thank you guys. Thank you for attending. I thought it was a great call.
Thank
And
you.
yes, you have to leave, Ross. Have a good run. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. See ya.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Marissa.